Hey y'all, welcome back to Ramblin' Mama. I'm Lisa. If you're new here and you're into deep dives on true crime, please consider giving me a subscribe. I think you'll like what you see. Okay, sorry about the way I sound. We've been having illnesses go through my house over the past month or more. Do y'all ever have seasons like that? It's very frustrating. It's like first my daughter, then my husband, then me gets sick, and then a new rotation starts. But anyway, here we are, um, taking a look at Nick Godejohn. And in the meantime, since I started this series of looking at Gypsy's and Nick's interrogation, Miss Gypsy has gotten a whole new life. She's gotten a new man, new nose, new teeth, I think I might have seen. And I don't know, y'all. I think she deactivated whatever social media account she was mainly on, maybe TikTok. And I hope if I was her, and what the hell do I know? But if I was in a similar circumstance or whatever, I think I would try to lay low, maybe get some good education or something, or start building something like a true platform. I was saying education, maybe this is just my own personal interests or whatever, but some kind of psychology degree or something that might further enhance her platform and what she's trying to achieve in terms of advocacy and stuff like that. But that's what I would do. I think I would write a book. I would go on podcasts, but I would want it to be more about my advocacy work and less about, trying to not look like the M word or a co-conspirator or whatever. Anyway, let's dive on in without any further ado. So we left off when the investigator was asking Nicholas about what movies or TV shows they packed to take with him back to his home in Missouri. Because, I think she was just looking for some moment of levity wherever she could find it. Make sure I'm not speeding. No. Okay. Here we go.
After that, and you guys decide, okay, now we've got packing to do. What do you guys do then after you have sex?
We packed clothes, we packed movies, we packed whatever she thought that we would need, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of movies did you guys take?
She took some seasons of some TV shows.
Okay. Do you know what kind of TV shows they were? I'm a big TV fan, so I'm just curious.
One was Game of Thrones.
Okay.
What other ones were there? I know she took some True Blood also. Can't remember the other ones offhand.
Okay.
There's more of them I can't remember.
Okay. And so what do you guys pack the stuff into?
What the heck? Suitcase.
Okay.
Suitcase.
And what color's the suitcase?
It's pink.
Okay. And so everything fits in this one suitcase that you guys are taking?
No. We also took what is it? A backpack.
A backpack? Okay.
Yes.
What kind of backpack was it?
It was black. I forgot what it said. It had something on the back of it. I forgot what it said though.
Okay. All right. So you take the backpack and you pack all the stuff into the suitcase, and then what do you guys do?
And then we finish cleaning whatever else is left to try to get rid of my fingerprints and everything else like that.
Okay. So how do you get rid of fingerprints and stuff? Like, what do you do?
She used a defectant wipe.
Okay.
And she pretty much patted down wherever she thought I might have had my hands.
Okay.
Okay. A defectant. I'm sorry. My husband's texting me a bunch. A defectant wipe. Like, there's just too many instances to even name where he exhibits, let's just say, unlimited mental capacity. It's astonishing to me that he was found to be competent or, that whatever the parameters are for. Sorry if you hear my dishwasher being very loud in the background. We're doing what we can, folks. Anyway, because the whole parameters of, are they aware of right and wrong? Of course, he seems to have a full grasp of that, but he doesn't seem to fully grasp the severity of this, because in his worldview, if he's rescuing Gypsy from something, from danger, it's no different from the men heroes who go in there and do the same thing with allegedly abusive husbands, right? And we've heard that story so many times before.
And did you tell her to do that, or did she just do that?
She did it because she was afraid of me getting caught, even though I had a weird feeling I was going to get caught, but yeah.
You did have a weird feeling you were going to get caught?
Mm-hmm.
What gave you?
I probably had a weird feeling because he's like this. I mean, how much resistance did it take to get a full-on 2-hour plus confession from him?
That weird feeling?
I just had this feeling in my stomach it was going to happen, and I was just thinking it was only a matter of time before it happens. I wasn't sure when it was going to happen, I just knew it was going to.
Okay, all right. Well, you seem like a pretty honorable person, and you love Gypsy, so, I mean...
Well, that's the thing. I admitted to it. The thing is, me and Gypsy have cried multiple times.
Together over this?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've told her this will haunt me for the rest of my life, because it's the truth, it will.
Okay. Well, you're doing the right thing now, so...
And then to express remorse so soon after the crime, we never see that, even in a confession. It's very unheard of.
You should at least give yourself credit, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, so you guys get everything packed up,
Yeah.
and then she wipes down the fingerprints or whatever. Do you help her?
No, I do not, because I don't want to use any chances of me getting any fingerprints anywhere else.
Okay.
So I let her do the rest of it, just so I don't make any more for her to clean, pretty much.
Now, y'all remember what Gypsy said about this? That she had to clean under force by him. I forget exactly how it went, but she reenacted something that was like, now clean this. I'm paraphrasing or whatever, but that was the effect. And who do you believe? Whose version?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Now, in their house, is their house really clean and neat, or is it...
No, it is not neat at all.
It's not?
That was the first time ever in their house, and I can't believe how much of a pigsty it was.
Oh, okay. When you say pigsty, what do you mean?
I mean, there was one room where it was hard to even get into the room. How much
Okay.
was in it? Then, Dee Dee's bedroom, there was stuff along where where the bed is. You got the bed, then you got pretty much where the edge of the bed is.
Okay.
That's where she had all different things just all over there. I don't know how else to put it, but she might have had clothing and all different things in there.
Okay. Do you remember ever
Maybe she was a bit of a hoarder. I don't know. I haven't seen photos.
seeing a Barney doll, or it's like a purple dinosaur?
Yeah.
Where did you see that at?
Wasn't that I could have sworn I was in her room. I think that was in Gypsy's room.
In Gypsy's room?
That's what I remember.
Okay. But do you remember seeing a purple dinosaur? The Barney dinosaur or whatever?
Well, I know she did watch it, but I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking about this now. No. I
Okay.
don't remember seeing one now.
You don't? Okay.
No, I don't remember seeing one.
Okay.
And that was real accessing to me. It looked like he was truly digging through the files of his memory to see if he could recall that Barney.
I'm thinking
Okay.
about it.
Okay. Okay, so you guys get everything packed, you wipe down the fingerprints, and then what do you guys do?
We get a taxi and we get to the hotel from the taxi.
Okay. Where does the taxi come to?
To the address of her house.
Okay, so you called the taxi, or does she call the taxi?
I called it because I was the only one that had a phone to do it.
Okay, and then do you give them the address?
Yep.
Okay, and so you give them the address and they come to the house. Do you remember what day that was and what time it was?
It was in the morning. It was really, really like early in the morning. I remember the sun coming up. So.
Okay, so you guys didn't sleep there at the house where Dee was at. Okay, so you remember the sun was coming up and you called the taxi?
Yeah.
Okay, and so when the taxi comes, what color is the taxi?
It's yellow.
Okay, and is there a male or a female driving? Man or a woman?
Oh.
If you can't remember, that's fine.
I can't remember.
Okay.
It's
Okay, so
His earnestness is almost comical if this wasn't such a horrific real circumstance. Parts of this could be in a dark comedy.
do you both get in the taxi with the luggage?
Yep.
And then where does the taxi take you?
Back to my hotel room.
Hotel? And how much did they charge you? Do you remember?
I can't remember the exact amount.
Okay. But then did you pay for the taxi?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys get out of the taxi and then what do you do?
And then we, obviously we paid for it, and then we went up to my bedroom, or, my...
What room was you in?
At the time when we did this, it was 227.
What was it?
The room number was 227 at the time.
227. Okay. So you go up to the room, then what happens?
And then we set everything in an area to where it was easy to maneuver around the bedroom of the hotel.
Okay.
And then we just relaxed at on top of the bed.
Okay. Did you guys have sex again?
We did, but we didn't do it right away.
Okay. Something that we didn't talk about that we probably should is, I've worked cases where people have stabbed people to death before, kind of like this.
Yeah.
And usually when they do, they don't just get cuts, but they usually get blood on them. Like you get blood on your clothing or on your hands, or you know how probably when you were stabbing her was blood kind of splattering a little bit or anything?
I didn't pay attention to exactly where the blood. I mean, I could actually see like where the back of the neck was.
Okay.
I could see blood coming out of there.
Okay.
And I could see blood coming off the knife, but other than that, I didn't really know exactly where it was.
Did you get any of her blood on you?
Yes.
And how did you clean that up?
I didn't even clean it because we were in such a rush. I didn't clean it.
So you had blood on your body when you had sex with Gypsy?
No, I had it on what the heck is it? I actually remember what I wear.
Okay, what did you wear?
I wear it was like a, what the heck is it called? I think, I'm not sure if that's the correct term, but I think it's called a spring jacket, almost like. It was black.
Okay.
And I also had a black shirt on as well as black pants.
Okay. What, did your black shirt have anything on it?
Yeah.
Or just plain black?
It had clowns on it.
Oh, okay. Was it like a band or a...
No, it's a...
The future is not just gonna happen. You have to make it. And if you want a...
They pretty much look like crazy clowns, pretty much.
Okay. And then you had black pants on?
Yep.
And what kind of shoes did you have on?
White shoes.
Are those shoes here?
No.
No. They're at the house?
Yep.
Okay.
Where they were.
And so you had the black jacket, the clown shirt, clown shirt, black pants, and tennis shoes.
Yep.
And what color were the tennis shoes again?
White.
White. Okay. Did you have any jewelry on? Any earrings, necklaces?
No.
Don't look like you. You don't have your ears pierced, do you?
No.
No. Okay. So, all right. So you go to the room. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was thinking, oh, we never talked about that. So
That's
let's
okay.
talk about that. Okay. So you go to the room, and you're up in the room, and you guys are relaxing on top of the covers. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. And then what do you do?
And then while we were relaxing, we cuddled for a while.
Okay.
And then while we were cuddling, we were talking, but honestly, I can't remember the entire conversation.
Okay. Did you guys talk about your future? What was your plans for your future?
We wanted to have a family together, and we wanted to build a life together and stuff. We thought we really had a chance to do it, so
Okay.
we were happy about that.
Okay. At any time during any of this whole situation that's happened, did Gypsy ever have to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Okay, when was that?
That was only when she was living at home.
Okay.
Otherwise, me and maybe like five other people knew that she could walk.
Oh, okay. Why didn't nobody know she could walk?
Her mom wanted everyone thinking that she was like 16 the entire time. So,
Okay.
yeah, she felt kind of trapped on a wheelchair when I actually was trying to encourage her to be able to walk more and more and more.
Okay, so she can actually walk
Yep,
and stand and do everything.
yep.
But her mom wanted her to use the wheelchair and pretend like she was 16?
Yeah, 16 and disabled, yes.
Okay, so what would she do to pretend like she's disabled?
Oh gosh, I can't even answer that question because I've only been around her one time when she's in her wheelchair,
Okay,
and other than that one time, I mean, it's one of those wheelchairs where it's motorized,
okay,
and the thing moves fast. But other than that, that's all I really know.
okay. So she can walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So when she was with you this whole time, she hasn't had to have a wheelchair.
And you see how he's very comfortable with, if he doesn't know an answer, saying like, yeah, I don't really know that. Like, the honesty indicators are just off the charts. There's it, except for a tiny, tiny bit of withholding very early in the interview when they were talking about his sex life with Gypsy and what he was into and stuff. I haven't seen any indication of deception or holding back or anything like that. It's been full on earnestness and almost an eagerness to cooperate. As wild.
Nope.
She can walk upstairs,
Yep.
walk downstairs.
Walk downstairs, upstairs.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So you guys cuddle. You lay in the bed. Are you talking about having a family then?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do with your clothes that you had on?
Me and her, we weren't sure how long we were gonna be awake, so we both got naked and we both got really, really intimate and pretty much like snuggled together
Okay.
for a while,
Okay.
and it led to more sex.
Okay.
So,
Was you able to ejaculate that time?
oh,
No?
I had trouble the entire time I was in Springfield.
Okay. Okay. So, where did you do with the knife?
We wanted to mail it
Okay.
to my house.
Okay. So did you mail it?
Yes.
Okay. Did it come? Has it came yet?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do with it when you got it at your house?
Well, we were planning on hiding it, so we did try to hide it.
Okay. Where'd you hide it at?
It's in my closet.
Okay. In your bedroom? In your house?
Yes.
Okay. And so you just, what kind of package did you put it in to mail it to your house?
I believe it's called bubble wrap.
Oh yeah, that clear plastic stuff.
It's like that, but it
Okay.
has a brown, brown
Where did you
layer
get that
underneath.
stuff at to mail it?
Gypsy had that all set up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had that already all set up. So she had more than one of those to use. She put it in two of them.
Okay. And then so she put it in there. Did you write your address or she write your
She
address?
wrote it down. I am nowhere that good of penmanship.
Okay. So she writes the address on it, and then you guys mail it to your house.
Yep.
Okay. Whose idea was that?
Well, it was actually both of ours because we were thinking about like getting rid of it permanently over time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you mail it to your house, and who gets it out of the mail? You, her, or your mom, or who?
My stepdad ended up getting it, and he didn't know that's what it was.
What did he do with it?
Yeah, I don't think that was Nick's idea. Do y'all?
He just told me that package got to me, and she would walk upstairs with it like everything was fine.
Okay, they didn't even have a clue.
Yeah,
Okay. And so did you take the knife out of the package, or did you leave it in the package?
leave it in the package.
And then, so So you guys decided, oh, we'll hide it in the closet?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so where did you hide it at in the closet?
The last place that I put it before I came here was, it's in the deep corner. I'm trying to see if I can think of my...
Okay, how about this? Like, I'm looking at your, let's say me and you are standing here looking at that, and that's your closet.
Okay. It would be in the deep, right corner
Okay.
of the closet.
So if I went in your closet, it would go deep right corner, like
Yep.
that. Okay. Is it, and it's still in the package, and the package is not opened?
Yep.
Okay. And, what do you mean, like, right before you came here? So did something happen to make you want to move it from one spot to another?
Yeah, because I thought it was not safe where it was.
Okay, so where was it the first time?
The first time it was just on top of one of my shelves in the closet.
Okay.
And it was visible, so that's what made me want to move it.
Okay, and so you just moved it back there?
Yeah.
Okay. And, so you did that. So what did you guys do with your clothes?
She didn't really have to worry about anything with hers because none got on her.
Okay.
But for me, I haven't even washed my clothes yet.
Okay. You haven't even washed them?
No.
Were they?
He's perfectly presenting every aspect, every forensic aspect of the crime scene. It's like, here's the murder weapon, perfectly sealed and preserved for you. And also, my clothes haven't been, I mean, I'm sure there's whatever degrading of the stuff that was on there, but they haven't been washed, they haven't been touched. Like, it really points to both of their lack of sophistication, right? And how they're both cognitively, emotionally stunted to varying degrees. I still can't, between his cooperation, his remorse, it's hard for me to believe that. I'm pretty sure he got the maximum penalty. I know he got life without parole. I don't think the death penalty was up, that he was up for a death penalty. So I can't, there's so many, to me, mitigating factors. It's hard. I still can't wrap my head around the sentence.
They at?
They're in my duffel bag still.
In your bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of duffel bag do you have? Did we talk about that already? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
So the clothes is still in the duffel bag in the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. And your shoes are in your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. So do you guys just wear these clothes on the bus ride? Do you change or?
We did change. I mean, each day, since I had like 3 days worth of clothes, I did change each day.
Okay.
And then the last pair that I had of clothes, or outfit, I guess you would call it, I just wear that on the bus and read the bus the entire way there.
Okay.
With that clothes.
Did you guys ever go to a Waffle House to eat?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought she said that you guys went to Waffle House and eat.
Yeah.
And is that Waffle House close to the hotel in Springfield, Missouri?
It's right next to it.
Right next to it. Okay. And do you remember what day it was that you guys went there, or what time it was?
And you notice he's not worried about what Gypsy is saying. The detective mentions something that Gypsy said. And Nick doesn't even clock it. There's no, oh, what else did she say? Let me get my story straight. Oh no, did she implicate me fully? Did she throw me under the bus? Like, just very not looking out for himself.
All I know is it's really early in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and actually I might even go get a time. It was, I would say about maybe like around 8 a.m. I would say.
Okay.
And the only reason I remember this so well is because I learned, not really learned, it's more like relearned it, that she is, what is it, I'm trying to think of what it is that when you are, you can't drink milk, what is that called?
Lactose intolerant?
Yes, that's what she is.
Okay.
Lactose intolerant.
Okay. And so you relearned that at this restaurant?
Yeah, because she forgot to warn me again.
Okay, so, You eat at that restaurant? Do you remember what you ordered?
I had a, what was it? It was like a steak and cheese omelet is what I ate.
Okay.
And I didn't eat really much of anything else that I got on there. I think I had like a raisin toast.
Okay.
Raisin toast. And then, what else? I'm trying to think here. Oh, come on. I ate a little bit of hash browns also.
Okay. When you were at that restaurant, was that the day that morning that you guys, or that you killed Dee, or was that the next day, or what day was that?
Gosh, that's the only thing I don't remember. I don't remember the exact day.
Okay.
I only remember the time.
Okay. But would it be fair to say that it was either the 9th, 10th, 11th, somewhere in there?
It's somewhere in there.
Okay. Okay. So, so you did that. What day did you guys leave to come back here?
The 12th.
The 12th. Okay. And that was the whole ticket thing that you couldn't get the ticket?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this. When did you, when you came to Springfield, you went ahead and got the hotel. Is that right? Before you went, how did you get from the hotel to her house?
By the time.
Consider this your sign to stock up on signage. Because right now at Vistaprint, all signs are 20% off.
By a taxi.
Okay, so you had a taxi pick you up at the hotel and drop you off at her house?
Yes.
And what day was that? Do you remember?
It was in the morning. I believe it was on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Yes.
on the morning. So you went there, and is that the day that you killed Dee?
Yes.
The same time, so the taxi brings you from the hotel to her
Yeah.
house. And what's Dee doing? Does she care that you're there?
Well, she is not even aware that I'm there because she's sleeping to me.
Okay, so do you go into the house, or does Gypsy come outside, or how does
She
that go?
let me in.
She let you in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever go in that shed?
Said.
There's like a shed on that property? Did you
Oh,
go in there?
no.
Okay, didn't go in there. Did you ever get in their vehicle?
No.
That vehicle there? So you get dropped off by the taxi and Gypsy lets you in?
Yep.
Okay. And when you get there, do you already know that you're going to kill Dee?
I pretty much, at that point, I made my mind up that it's the only option at that point.
Okay.
So I just went right for it, and I had latex gloves on, and something like that.
Okay.
So to try to hide my fingerprints.
Okay. Did you bring the latex gloves?
No, she provided them for me.
Okay. So when you get there, you put the gloves on?
Yes.
No pun intended, but do y'all see Gypsy's fingerprints all over this crime? It would never have been conceived or committed without Gypsy, ever. And if the factors that the abuse that she was enduring was a mitigating factor for her, why is it not a mitigating factor for Nick? I understand it isn't self-defense, him going after Dee Dee. I understand that it was premeditated for sure. But yeah, I guess there's no legal loophole for him the way that there was for Gypsy. I'm not sure.
Okay, you put the gloves on outside the house or inside the house?
Inside, no, it was outside the house, but as I was walking in, I had them just.
So did you and her
finished.
talk outside before you went in the house?
I did whisper, because it was part of our plan, and she's the one that thought of that part of the
Okay.
plan.
Okay.
I told her to get her butt into the bathroom because that's what she wanted to do, and I
Okay.
reminded her to get to it right away because I wanted to get this over with and get out of there as soon as possible.
Okay, so when you get there, she has the latex gloves or the gloves. What color are they?
They're like it's like a cross between like a bluish green. It's like
Okay.
It's almost like a turquoise color, almost like.
Okay, did she give you one glove, two gloves?
Two.
Two, okay. So you put the gloves on, and then what do you do?
After that, she hands me the knife, and then I take care of the rest.
Now, does she have gloves on her hands when she hands you the knife, or not?
Her fingerprints are on the knife.
Her fingerprints will be on the knife?
Yes.
Okay. Because she didn't have gloves on then, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So she hands you the knife,
Yes.
and then what happens?
Then she goes straight into the bathroom, locks the door, and she waits for my signal to let her know that everything's clear.
And the signal was the 3 knocks
And
2 scratches. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you make her shave her legs and her vagina? Did you tell her that you wanted her to go in there and shave her legs and her vagina?
I think it was a combination of both of us.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted her to.
Right.
I'll be honest, I did want her to.
Okay.
But I think she wanted to do it also because she wanted to make sure that she pleased me, made me happy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, what kind of sex do you like? Like, what kind of sex do you like to have? Is it sex like that's where it's the hugging and kissing sex, or is it the sex where it's a little bit rough, or is it the sex that you are really violent?
Me and her, that's actually the thing is, I'm glad you actually asked me that because, me and her have been experimenting between those, pretty much all 3 of those sexes.
Okay.
And, the only thing is that she knows I would never hit her.
Okay.
So, even with like me getting really, really rough to where it may hurt, she has gotten better and better at adjusting to it.
Okay.
To the point she actually enjoys it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
When you say really, really rough, what does that mean?
Meaning almost to the point it's violent kind of rough.
Okay, so I can't assume or guess anything. So when you say violent or rough, is what happens to make that like that? Like, are you biting her? Are you punching her?
No, I would never lay my hands on her.
Okay, are you choking her? Are you pinching her?
No, I would not pinch her either.
Okay, see, I don't understand what it is. You have to explain it to me, what rough is.
I didn't even bite her at all, actually. Not for a long time, that is. Now I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It was pretty much to the point where I would use all my force into her, pretty much. That's
Okay.
the way to put it.
Like thrusting into her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So would there be any reason that she would have bruises on her arms or her legs?
Yes, because she wanted me to mark my territory.
Okay. Mark your territory.
Yeah.
She asked you to mark your territory?
Yeah, she actually, the first time...
You know it's okay if you're the one that asked. You don't think that there's no crime there. If you're the one that's wanting to do this and she's agreeing to it, there's no problem with that. So there's no need for you to, don't lie to me and say she wanted it if she didn't. It's okay if you wanted it.
I know,
Okay.
but I'm just telling you how it actually was.
Okay.
Which was, the very first time she whispered in your ear that was a turn on of hers is biting.
Okay.
And that's when I bit. What part of her was it I bite though? Oh my gosh! Because I only remember that I bit her twice.
Okay.
The first time I can't remember. The second time I can remember though because I bit her a lot harder the second time.
Okay.
However, she seems to still enjoy it even when it was really hard.
Okay. So we were going to talk about how she got these bruises on her arm and her legs.
Yeah.
How did that happen? When you're marking your territory, how are you marking your territory?
Well, her arms and bruises. The one see if I can remember exactly where one was. One was right here. This is where I bit her. I know for a fact. It's on this side.
Okay.
If I'm thinking correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on that side. It's permanent.
Okay.
And then I think I was trying to give her hickeys on her body as well.
Okay.
That's the other thing I was trying to do.
Okay. And how about her knees or her legs? Why would there be any bruises there?
It must have been because she was crawling on the ground when she was trying to clean up everything. That's actually where that came from.
Okay. Did you make her crawl on the ground? Was that a turn on for you, or?
At first, I asked her to do it because it was a turn on.
Okay.
And it is a turn on, but after that, she just did it because she found it easier to clean because she was at perfect eye level to be able to find all what she had to clean up as quickly as she could.
While she was naked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, yes.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay, so that was all super duper forthcoming. And I will say that, back before YouTube became as massive as it was, I remember I would binge watch all these true crime shows and documentaries on Netflix. And I noticed a pattern that it seemed like the most dangerous people, hands down, I don't have a statistic for this, but just in my observation, were the sexual sadists. It felt like they could do the most damage in terms of body count, in terms of cruelty. Um, and so it shouldn't be swept under the rug or overlooked that Nick might have certain tendencies like that. And I would have to look at more evidence to see exactly what was the nature of his relationship with Gypsy. Obviously, she seemed to very consensually role play and adopt these personas with him. It could have been a thing where he enjoyed it more than she did, and she went along with certain things, or he took things further than she wanted to. But all of that is within the bounds of a consensual relationship. And again, it just strikes me as quite manipulative that she might have been partaking very consensually in all of this and then using it to point the finger at his sadism and depravity. And I wonder if any of that was thought about ahead of time for her, if any of that was a part of the plan, that he's an easy fall guy if the shit hits the fan. I'm sorry it's taking me so much to formulate sentences. I feel like I have that sinus fog brain. Anyway.
Just so we understand each other. Like, if you tell me that you made her do something sexual, that's not going to bother me, okay?
Okay.
So be honest with me.
Okay.
If that's a turn on, if the things we talk about is a turn on and that's how something's happened, that's okay. We can talk about that, okay?
Okay.
So just like that with her knees, you told her to do that, right?
Yeah, at first I told her to do it because I always thought it was something that would be a turn on, and when she actually did it, it did turn me on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and what was I going to say? I'm really glad that the detective is taking the pains to explain to him that he doesn't have to be withholding, because I do also sense that he's withholding, and it's hard to say if he's withholding because he's naturally shy and kind of or embarrassed about this particular topic, especially with a female. If he on some level thinks that his kink is wrong and so he feels ashamed for it, or if he is truly hiding that he subverts some of his violent tendencies into his sexuality in this way.
Do you think it would be a turn on to have sex with her mom? No? Okay. Because I think one of the things that she might have said was that you had mentioned that you'd like to rape her mom.
Yeah, at one point I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I did actually mention that I was thinking about it, but then I changed my mind because I felt bad for just the whole situation of having to kill her mom in general.
Okay.
So I decided to just kill her quickly.
Okay. Kill her quickly. How long do you think it was that you were stabbing her?
Maybe 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay. Okay. And did Dee ever get an opportunity to punch you or hit you or anything?
She was trying to grab onto me, but I was able to get myself free to finish.
And I think you said that she had a nightgown on or something like that. Yeah. Did she have any panties on?
No.
Okay. And how do you know she didn't have any panties on?
Because that's the last thing I saw before I got off of her body, and
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so was you actually physically up on her body when you were stabbing her?
Yeah,
Or was you standing on the side of the bed? Like if this is the bed and she's laying here, how were you on her? Can you show
I
me?
was not actually like on the side of her.
Okay,
I was actually on top of her, which made it a lot harder for her to resist.
okay.
Yeah.
So are you like straddling her or how is that?
That's pretty much what it was. I was actually on top of her back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you're stabbing her with one hand or two
Yeah,
hands?
one hand.
What do we say? Okay, the one hand. Okay. So was she wiggling? Like trying to get away from you or?
Yeah, she did try to put up a fight. Yeah,
Okay.
she did.
Did you tell her who you were or did you say anything to her?
Well, yeah, actually I did.
What
But
did you say?
The thing was, it was like a different form of myself, though.
Okay. It's not like how you
'Cause
are.
the thing is that I don't know if she told you. I don't know how much she told you about me, but the me you're talking to right now is my normal good self, and that's the reason I feel the guilt I do.
Okay.
But the one who actually did all this, the thing is, the good side of me, originally refused to do it.
Okay.
And that's the reason why it was instant that it happened right away,
Okay.
because my evil side is what actually did it.
Okay.
And, what was it? The one thing he said was, you're dead to me, is one thing he said.
Who said?
That part of me said.
Okay.
My evil side of me said.
Okay.
And, he said something.
No, I want to know what you said. Was you saying anything to Dee?
Yeah, because she doesn't want him to have a mental disorder. So, real quick, dissociative identity disorder, DID, is highly contentious. It seems like maybe most psychologists don't buy it. They think it's bunk. There is one prominent one that I talked about back in the Letitia Stauch video or series that I made, because Letitia her defense was trying to say that she had it. And the prominent expert, I'm forgetting her name, sorry, came and testified saying that she agrees that Letitia does have it. So doesn't speak highly to her, but she's in advanced age now. I believe this woman, she's in her 80s or so. And anyway, but DID aside, there is clearly some sort of personality mental issue here. You see how naturally he referred to it as he and distancing himself. And when he tries to recall like what was said, there was this sigh. And a couple of things on that. First thing is, I I think he hates having to recall. And I think his body has a visceral reaction to the crime that he committed. Meaning, when he talks about not being able to finish, let's say, with Gypsy the entire time he was in Springfield, when he talks about having just a feeling that he was going to get caught, having a bad feeling, I think he referenced his stomach or touched his stomach at a certain point. He has physiological indications that his body was not okay with what happened in there, and that mental barrier of it being another person and an evil side. And so when we're thinking about that in terms of his sexual relationship with Gypsy, and even talking about our wording, Dee Dee, I wonder how much how he gets to go far with that fantasy, because it's his evil side. It's in this other entity that doesn't belong to him, and his moral self, who he seems to be most of the time, very honest, very forthcoming, very conscientious, doesn't have to associate with that or be tainted by that in any way. And all of that to say that it makes me wonder how much of that evil side is pure fantasy and like live action role playing, which he and Gypsy, their sex life seems to be a lot of kind of like cosplay influenced, which again speaks to, this kind of like Arrested Development, this being very young emotionally and cognitively.
No, I didn't say anything to Dee, because that side of me wasn't me.
Okay, did that other side say something to Dee?
Yeah.
What did that other side say?
The other side, that's one of the things that the other side said was you're dead to me. That's one of the things.
Okay, what else?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things and I can't remember them all up.
Was you just saying them? You know how some people sometimes just ramble?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't ramble.
Okay.
But, I think one of the things he said was stop resisting, you know you're dead.
Okay.
I think that's one of the other things he said.
Well, it's you that's saying it.
I know, but it's the thing is that I have
You just got angry.
more than one person inside me. There's actually multiple personalities of myself.
Have you been diagnosed with that?
I probably should be diagnosed with it because it happens. The thing is, I used to take medication because I used to hear voices in my head.
Okay.
And it went away, then it somehow went as part of myself.
Okay.
So.
Does Gypsy know that?
Yes.
Okay.
She does know that.
Okay. Because some people use that as an excuse to cover up for the bad things that they do. So if that's what you're doing, that probably isn't a good idea. That's not being a man and standing up and doing what's right. If you're gonna do
well,
that.
that's like I said. I told her my part of me, you're talking now, my good part of me, I refused to do it. And I told her either.
Well, is the good part of you what got you on a bus and brought you to Springfield, Missouri to kill Dee?
Well, it was it was to actually see her, but as for the killing part, that was solely my evil side.
Okay.
Solely.
I agree with you. That was your evil side. But I don't know. I mean, your evil side was with you when you made the decision to get on the bus and come to Springfield,
I agree
Missouri.
with you on that. I do agree with you on that.
Okay. And your evil side was with you whenever you decided to clean up your blood from the house. Okay? But, you didn't kill Gypsy, so your good side must have been there too, because you didn't kill Gypsy, because you love her, right?
Actually, it's because, Gypsy likes to call her more, I'm guessing her mom didn't really know about this side of her, but she has an evil side of herself as well. She likes to call her, Ruby. That's what she likes to call her.
Okay.
But, one of the things he said to her is, never get between me and Ruby, is what he said. Because, I guess that there's more than one of the sides of each other that is, in love with each other. So, I got one, side of her, his name is Kitty. It's like a little girl inside of her. You got, another one called Candy.
Wait a minute, is this like some kind of sex thing that you guys do?
No.
Okay, so when you guys have sex with each other, are you Nick and she's Gypsy?
Pretty much, but the thing is that we don't remember. Sometimes we might not remember, but the thing is I've only experienced my evil side coming out one time to actually do what happened.
Oh, okay, so this is the first time you experienced the evil side coming out, was what you did on that night. Okay,
Yeah.
So your evil side hasn't came out before and caused you to do anything?
No, nothing like that. No.
Okay, just this one time.
Yep.
Okay.
This is so clearly, when you watch, I think JCS does the Parkland shooter, and there is such a distinct moment where he's looking at the camera in the room and clearly just so conscious of how he's trying to portray crazy, and it's so cringe and awful to watch. This is when you look at something like that, and there's numerous examples of people in interrogation rooms trying to already drum up their insanity defense. This is such a clear departure from that. And you see how he's so cooperative, but when it comes to the line of that was my evil side, and no, I do have multiple personalities inside of me, he's very assertive. And even though he's quite easygoing and laughing with her throughout the other parts of the interview, he's very confident in that. And I don't know, to me, he seems to be quite a reliable narrator, I would call it.
And how old are you again?
26.
26. So in 26 years, your evil side never came out and hurt anybody or did anything else except for on this night.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe him.
All right. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the ways that you guys communicated. I know you said that you communicated on that Christian website. Then you guys communicated on Facebook. And then, did you say you communicated Yahoo in your text messages, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that I do know is that there were some Facebook posts put on that were kind of explaining that somebody got hurt. You kind of know what I'm talking about on Dee's web or Facebook?
Yeah, Dee's and Gypsy's yeah.
Facebook. Okay, so who posted those things on there?
I didn't even know the password, so she's the only one that knows it. It's only she could post it.
Okay, do you know what they say?
I read it, but I don't remember what it said.
Okay, so you didn't post them on there?
No.
Okay, did she post them on there?
Yes, she did.
Okay, why did she do that?
I think she wanted to speed up the process.
Speed up what process?
The process of the authorities getting involved and everything else.
Okay. Did you know she made those posts before she made them?
She kind of surprised me with it.
Okay, and how did that happen?
She showed me it just after she posted it. I'm like, what the heck? And she kind of freaked me out.
Okay.
And I didn't do anything about it, obviously.
Did your evil side come out then?
No.
No? Okay. So you, she posts them. Are you in the same room with her when she does it, or are you somewhere different?
We're in the same room.
You're in the same room with her?
Yeah.
And then so she makes the post, and then obviously you've seen all those people responded to that.
Yeah.
Okay, did you do any of those posts? How about the one about killing and raping or whatever? You didn't do that?
No.
Okay.
I think she only posted that to actually get everyone's attention.
Why?
Because apparently the first posters that she was, or not posters, or was it posters? I don't even know if it was posters. Yeah, I just trying to remember what she told me.
Okay. Did you actually look at it with your eyes, the posts?
I didn't get to see the posters. That's the thing. That's the reason why I can't remember it that well.
Okay. She just told you about them.
Yeah, because apparently the first ones that she posted, no one was taken seriously.
Okay.
So she had to be more aggressive, and that's when she said what she did.
Okay. Okay. And what I don't understand what she was hoping to gain. Like, what was she wanting to happen as a result of that?
I think she just wanted to get past this moments.
Okay.
She wanted it to be a distant memory.
Okay. Did she suspect that if she did something like that, we would investigate it and come and speak to you guys about it? Did you guys ever discuss that?
I think we both did, but we didn't understand exactly how to deal with it to the point where we wouldn't get caught. I think that's another reason why we're easily caught, but yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you were easily caught?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you feel like she was easily caught?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you think that if Gypsy hadn't asked you to kill her mom, you'd ever killed her mom?
I know I wouldn't have done it.
Okay. You just did it because you loved Gypsy and Gypsy asked you to do it?
Yes.
Is that what I'm thinking?
Yes.
Okay. Or what? Is that what I understand? Okay. Okay. Sorry to confuse you.
This has to be the most agreeable interrogation of a murderer that's ever existed in the world. This should be a Guinness Award here. This is wild.
Okay. So, where is your bedroom at in that house that they arrested you in?
It was upstairs.
Okay. So if I walk through the front door of your house, where do I go?
You go, you would turn, take a turn right.
Okay, so I come in the front door, make a right.
And when you turn right, you'll see stairs. You walk up the stairs, you turn left, and the room right at the end is where my room is.
Okay, so I come in the front door, make a right, go up the stairs, make a left.
And then go straight to the last room that's right in front of you,
Okay.
and that's my room.
What's your room decorated like?
It was supposed to be my mom's room. My mom's room after a while because they were supposed to be building a room for me in the basement.
Okay.
So it's purple.
Purple? Okay.
Yeah, purple color.
And is it the only purple room in the house?
No, I believe there's another one which is where my mom's room is right now.
Is that upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs.
Downstairs. Okay. So your room would be the only purple room upstairs.
Yep, upstairs.
Okay. Did you guys hide anything else?
Yes, actually we did.
Okay. What is that?
We hid the savings of what Gypsy and her mom saved up together.
Right. Okay. Where did you guys hide that at?
We put it back into her backpack.
Okay. So all the money's in her backpack.
Yep.
And where did you guys get that money at from the house?
It was in a dresser drawer,
Okay.
and it was in a pouch.
In a pouch in the dresser drawer?
Yeah.
Was the dresser drawer in Dee's room or Gypsy's room?
Dee's room.
Dee's room. And is it in a dresser like that has a lot of drawers, or one drawer or two drawers?
One drawer.
Okay. So the dresser has one drawer?
Yep.
Okay. And where is that located at in the bedroom?
If I remember, when you walk into the bedroom, it should be right on your right side.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be right in front of you.
Okay. There was a safe in Dee's room, wasn't there?
I believe there was, but it seemed like somehow most of the money somehow Gypsy got out of the safe or something, because we had a lot of money.
Okay. When you say a lot of money, what's a lot of money?
Thousands.
Thousands? Do you still have thousands?
We barely even used any of it up.
Okay. Okay, when you guys were in Springfield, I'm sorry I'm jumping around, but I'm afraid that I'll forget to ask you something.
Okay.
When you guys were in Springfield, I know that you say you went to Waffle House
Yes.
and you ordered pizzas.
Yes.
Did you go to a Walmart?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you go to a Walmart?
We went to Walmart. When the heck was that? Oh, we went to Walmart. It was the day before we were supposed to leave. So it must have been like the 11th, I'm guessing.
Okay. What did you guys get at Walmart?
I got how many was it? I know I had at least, to be like on the safe side, I for sure had at least 1 2-liter of 7-Up.
Okay.
And I also got a condom, and she wanted me to also get, what else did she want me to get? That I got for her, lip balm. That's what
Okay.
it was.
Did she go in the store with you or not with you? Or?
No, she didn't want to go on the side because she knew that she had friends in there, and she would ask her if that was, if she'd say, Gypsy, is that you? Yeah, she was
Okay.
afraid of it.
Okay. And so did you go to Walmart once or more than once?
More than once.
Okay. And did you go to the same Walmart?
Yep.
Okay. Is that Walmart located by the hotel?
It's pretty close to the hotel.
Do you walk there or did you ride in a cab or something different?
With her, I had to ride a cab.
Okay. So the cab would come pick you up, take you to Walmart, and then bring you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go anywhere else in Springfield?
We did go to the post office too.
Okay. And is the post office by the hotel or somewhere different?
I can't remember the name of the street at the time.
Okay.
It's not somewhat close to the hotel. I guess it was the closest one to the hotel.
What did the cab come and you said, take me to the post office?
Yeah, we asked the cab driver to take us to the closest one there was to the hotel.
Okay.
And that's where they take us.
You said one time that you were in room, what, 227?
Yep.
Did you ever stay in a different room?
Yes.
Okay, what room was that?
That one right next to it, 226.
226. And why did you switch rooms?
Because we ended up checking out when we didn't realize that
Okay.
the whole bus situation happened, and that's why it turned
Okay.
into what it did.
Okay, that makes sense. So, what was your plan with the money that you guys took?
We were going to use it as a savings to pretty much get whatever we needed set up. So we were really going to just use it as, how do you describe it?
Like a nest egg type thing?
Well, it was more like to help each other build up and save more. And
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
How did you know where the money was at in Dee's room?
She told me.
Okay, did you get it before you killed Dee or after you killed Dee?
After.
Okay, and she told you which drawer it was?
Yep.
Did she ever come into the bedroom?
She just refused. No matter what, she refused.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there for now. Hopefully the next time I do it, it'll be the last part in the series. But yeah, I'm so struck by this part of the interrogation, how, first of all, a lot of their stories are congruent, Gypsy and Nick. Talking about especially Walmart and she didn't want to go in. He also echoed that. I feel like she made it seem like she couldn't bear to go in. She was in too much emotional distress. And then Nick says because she was more scheming and worried about getting caught. So I'm pointing this out because I'm so struck by the details that are different between Nick and Gypsy. And I tend to believe Nick on most of these things. The only place where I've talked about ad nauseum is the hedging that he has around his sexuality and their sexual relationship. And I can't tell why there's a bit more or being less forthcoming than he is otherwise. But that is significant to me, that he is such a reliable witness, and that there are aspects of his account that greatly differ from Gypsy's in terms of Gypsy's culpability. It always comes down to that. It always comes down to her painting herself as a victim with no options, and each circumstance being an unwilling participant, and a lot of the same plot points, let's call them, or points in the timeline. Nick reveals that, and without saying it, right, because he doesn't seem to be scheming or thinking about how this stuff is coming off to the detective, but just the details that he provides paints a much more savvy, willing, manipulative co-conspirator or accomplice in this. So y'all let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll see you next time.